All right, so today we are going to do your eyebrows. Do you have any main concerns with the process and what we're going to be doing today?
No, I am fully, ready
Yeah.
for this exciting experience.
Oh, good. That's good. Awesome. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure up your brows. I'm going to work out exactly where they should be in proportion to your bone structure. I don't do anything thicker, lower or longer than the measurement, but I can go smaller than the measurement. And in some cases, we need to go smaller because somebody's lived with quite thin eyebrows and so on and so forth. You have got a little bit of fullness in the front, which is really good, but I noticed that you have lost your tails.
That's right.
Yeah, which is quite common in people your age. The reason I don't go lower or longer than the measurement is because as you age, your brows start to get lower and your face, your skin
Everything
starts
sags.
to drop. Exactly. So basically what we're going to be doing is just ever so slightly lifting the tails of your brows and making sure everything stays within the measurement, so that basically lightens up your face and actually makes you look younger.
Oh,
So,
great.
yes.
Thank you. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, so one thing I will say is that when I'm working on a client of your age, is that I do work very, very cautiously with colour, and we work cautiously with shape and thickness.
Well,
We're
that's what I had the concern.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything really drastic.
Yes, and that's I find
dark.
most mature age clients will say that they say, I don't want to have really thick and dark brows. I don't want to look like I'm 21 again. I mean, you want to look like you're 21 again, but you don't want 21-year-old eyebrows. So yes, we keep them very, very soft. We do keep them thinner, not thin because you have got a little bit of hair, but we try and keep within your normal hair thickness, basically.
Okay.
And I'm not going to make them really, really dark either. Obviously, you've got fairer skin. You might have had tan skin when you were younger. Could you get a pretty good tan?
Fairly pale.
Yeah, fairly pale.
Yes,
Yeah.
when we came to Australia, everyone called us, there's cheese.
Oh, really?
The white cheese.
Oh.
Skin. So,
whereabouts are you from?
From Montenegro.
Montenegro.
Former Yugoslavia.
Yes. Ah, okay,
Yes,
good. Now you do have very salt and pepper hair. It's very light. So obviously I'm not going to give you though grey brows to match that hair, because grey brows in your skin can actually go a little bit too grey over time, a little bit too ashy.
Anyway.
So we don't want to do that. So I'll give you something a little bit more neutral in your skin. So it doesn't look too warm brown, but it doesn't look too grey ashy, if that makes sense.
Something similar to yours.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. I'm just looking in the mirror. Yeah, well, mine will probably look a little bit too warm for you. I'll probably go a little bit cooler than that.
Oh,
Good. But also a little bit lighter as well.
Okay.
We can always build up the colour at the next session, but we need to learn your skin, and everybody's skin is different. Everybody's skin holds differently. So it's basically an educated guess. I know predominantly how I think your skin is going to heal, but we just never know.
It's like the lipstick.
Yeah.
It looks different on everyone.
Yes, absolutely. And also your immune system might drop out a heap, or you might do the opposite. You might actually hold everything and hardly drop out anything.
Okay.
And for that reason alone is why I'm very cautious on everybody, because I don't know really who is going to drop and who is not.
Right.
There is a an education towards knowing that you're probably going to hold, but you just never know. So what we tend to do is dilute the pigment for you, so it becomes a little bit more transparent rather than blocky. And then we work a little bit lighter and a little bit less concentrated, and then we see how that heals.
Okay.
And then at the next session we'll build that up.
It sounds good.
Yes, it'll be good. So over the next 5 days, you need to look after them like an open wound. That means don't touch them with your fingers, don't get makeup on them, keep your fringe off them. Try not to sleep on your face or on your side with your pillow, because your pillow actually has a lot of bacteria. If you do sleep on your side, normally what I say is put like an aeroplane pillow around your neck, and that helps you sleep on your back as well. It's really important not to pick the scab, because they will be a little bit scabby. And if you pick that off, it comes off too soon, it will pull out the colour. So you need to let it fall off by itself. Okay. Over the next 24 hours, I'll need you to wash your brows. So not washing with soap and scrubbing or anything, but just using damp cotton pads and wiping all the fluid off and keeping them clean. And then you're going to be putting your aftercare gel on. We use this medical grade silicone, which you'll use morning and night with a cotton tip, not your fingers, because we don't want your hands touching because there's bacteria on your hands. But you're going to put that on morning and night with a cotton tip, just a very small drop, and what that's going to do is create a flexible film on your brows that stops them from getting infected or anything like that. And it just looks after them, and then basically if you stop using that after 5 days, then that will assist your scab to drop off after that 5 days. If you keep using the gel, it creates almost like a contact effect and holds the scab down. So you definitely want to stop using it and let the scab fall as it falls off by itself. When that scab does fall off, you'll see your brows lighten a lot. They lighten so much that you think there's nothing left, because the contrast of what's in your skin and what's in the scab is so different that it looks like there's nothing. And also because your new skin is hiding the pigment underneath. And then about a week later, the colour will bloom. Okay, but what we will experience is today it might feel a little bit warm because it might be mixed with a bit of inflammation and blood. And then tomorrow morning you'll wake up and they'll look very, very dark because that top surface is oxidized. And it looks very dark. So don't freak out when you see the darkness, because that will peel away sort of around the end of the week. Okay. Any questions?
No.
It's
all very well explained.
Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map your brows. I'll draw them in, and then I'm going to show you in the mirror. We're going to map them lying down, but then I'm going to sit you up and adjust once we see what gravity's doing, because obviously everything changes when you sit up. And also when you start focusing in the mirror and looking at your brows, you might actually use different parts of your muscles, like you're doing now, exactly, which can create asymmetry as well. And what I find in a more mature age client is that they do use their forehead muscles a lot more than other people, because you've just got stronger muscles there.
We also talk with them.
Yes, exactly. You're more animated.
Wearing a mask, you have to sort of smile with your eyes. You have to, you know.
That's right.
Show all different expressions.
That's right. So when you look in the mirror, you'll see the brows will look a lot more fierce with the drawing, because the drawing's done in a big black pencil and it does look a lot sharper. But just rest assured that I'm going to be doing a very, very soft brow on you. So when that pencil goes away and you see what I've done on the inside, you're going to have very soft edges. No sharp edges, nothing that looks blocky. It'll just look very soft. Because we are doing more of an ombre brow, what you'll find is on the inside here, the concentration of colour is softer than what it is on the tails. And that is, it's meant to look like that. So when it heals and it fades in here and is stronger here, it's meant to do that. But if you decide you don't like that, you can always fill in the colour a little bit more at the touch up to make them more of an even colour spread. Because you've got a lot of hair on the inner but no hair there, I think you'll probably like the ombre. I find it's more with people who don't have any hair that sort of want that full colour through as well. But we'll just play it by ear, and we always work very cautious, and we can always add more at the next session.
Good. Great.
Great.
Thank you.
Right.